I'd like to welcome those in the audience and those viewing at home to the regular June meeting of the Mount Pleasant Planning Commission. Ask that the Secretary call the roll.
Brockman. Koenig. Holtgrave.
Here.
Estrella.
Here.
Lux.
Here.
Orlick.
Here.
Quast. Shellady.
Here.
And Smith. Here. We have quorum, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. We move on to item 5. So we start off with item A, SUP 12-04, 1003 Douglas, request for a special use permit to raise an existing building and construct a new dwelling for up to 11 occupants. Jeff?
Yes. The proposal is for 1003 Douglas. You'll recall this has been before you a couple of months and postponed. The site location is on Douglas, just south of Clayton. The property itself is zoned M2, multiple residential, and is surrounded by similarly zoned properties. The applicant, when this initially came to you, was seeking approval on behalf of the property owner for a duplex rooming dwelling that would have 6 occupants on each side, or a total of 12 occupants. By ordinance, the applicant is permitted up to 9 occupants. The Zoning Board of Appeals granted approval to increase that by 2 from 9 to 11. The M2 review standards that you approved and submitted to the ZBA and they've subsequently approved talk about allowing 1 additional tenant above the normal density, and in rare instances 2.
Thank you, Jeff. Do we have any rationale from the ZBA as to how this is a rare instance? This is up to, and I didn't see this being particularly more unusual than those where we've allowed 1. Mindy?
I'd like to make a motion.
Hmm?
I'd like to make a motion to approve SUP 1203 from Joe Olivieri on behalf of Brentwood Management LLC to allow construction of a room dwelling with a maximum occupancy of 11 at the property located at 1003 Douglas, with the following conditions. The applicant shall comply with the DBS and fire department requirements to obtain and retain a rental license. The applicant shall comply with all the site plan review requirements, and the applicant shall comply with the requirements and conditions of the ZBA.
Is there support?
Support.
Support Commissioner Shellady. Okay, this has been moved and seconded. I have to admit that I'm a little concerned about this. I don't see a clear and solid rationale for full increase in occupancy all the way up to 11. My preference would be to remand it to the ZBA to try to get a better sense of what their particular rationale was.
And you'll remember, and you have it included in your packet near the end of your packet this evening, that the Planning Commission and Zoning Board of Appeals have kind of developed some working principles in terms of how you want to evaluate these to try and give the development community a little bit of direction in terms of what you're looking for and what circumstances will we consider some additional density. And the language that you have kind of given to staff on these is that you would consider density increases of 1 and in rare instances 2.
Jeff, would you roll call this, please?
Koenig? Holtgrave? Estrella?
Yes.
Lux?
Yes.
Shellady?
No.
Smith?
Yes.
And Orlick?
No.
Motion fails.
Okay, the motion fails then. Since I raised the issue, let me make a motion that we remand this issue to the ZBA to get a better rationale for why this constitutes a rare case that would permit moving 2 occupants above what's allowed by ordinance. There's support? Okay. Support Commissioner Holtgrave. Discussion on that motion?
Mr. Olivieri?
In regards to what makes this that, rare instance, this owner gave us $17,000 worth of brick. Now we have a standard to judge things against. Where before, I think when you said 1 in a rare instance 2, it's like you were giving it to the ZBA and saying, you make the decision. We're all done then. I won't need to stick around for the site plan review, right?
We haven't voted yet, so we're still discussing my motion.
Okay.
Because this is in response to the question the Commission asked.
I have a question of Mr. Olivier.
Okay, Mike?
Was there some factor other than the additional cost that caused you to go from 10 to 11? What caused you to go?
Well, we started out at 12. Well, and then I think around that time you came out with your one, rarely two. So we'll drop from 12 down to 11, which is an increase of 2. That's what the owner.
Again, the property without any sort of modification or variance is allowed not.
It's difficult if a developer comes to us and says, so in what circumstances can I get 2? I'm not sure that right now I can articulate to them what the bar precisely is.
Well, if we're just asking for the template and it's not going to change the occupancy, why can't we just approve this and get that information from the ZBA?
Potentially, if they look at it and they say, well, I guess we can't really find a template. I think we have to give them that choice.
I agree with Mr. Smith. I think we should approve this and then go to them and say, okay, look, now we have a problem. Now we need to set where the difference is.
Again, the motion on the floor is to remand this to the ZBA for clarification on why this constitutes a rare instance that allows 2 above the by right ordinance number. Okay. All right. Jeff, why don't you roll call this one too, please?
Smith?
No.
Shellady?
Yes.
Flux?
No.
Estrella?
Yes.
Holtgreave?
Yes.
Honig?
Yes.
And Orlick.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, motion carried.